Well, good morning. It is a humbling experience to stand before your peers as their elected leader. And trying to decide what to say to each one of you today is a real challenge, because I am merely one of you. I had a good solid speech, all written and prepared. It told you what I believed in, what I would do, what I wouldn't do in the coming year. The whole 9 yards, a typical speech. On Wednesday night, after the Cooperative School District's meeting in Kansas City, I went home and I was putting the finishing touches on that speech, and about 9:45, my computer crashed and the speech file was gone. Well, I had a hard copy, so being the kind of person that I am, very detailed, I go, okay, I got to get in my car, I got to drive to the office to get to a computer that'll work, and I'll just type it all back in. So that's what I headed to do. When I got to my office, I was a little frustrated, Peggy, a little anxious, and a little worried, and I stopped, and I read that hard copy. And I suddenly realized there really wasn't anything in that boring speech that you really needed to hear from me today. And so I started all over from scratch. It will come as no shock, I'm sorry, wrong page. If you were in the delegate assembly yesterday, you heard me poke fun at myself for always wearing cowboy boots. But my cowboy boots are as much a part of me as my passion for kids is a part of me. I also cling to my rural roots just as strongly as I cling to my belief that public education is the foundation for everything we believe in as a nation. Every one of us in this room is unique, gifted, and talented. And we all have aspects of our lives that excite us, that challenge us, and that give us a reason to get up in the morning. I believe that we all share the same passion for kids, and we share a common belief in public education. And it doesn't matter if we come from a district that graduates 6 seniors every May, or a district that graduates 1,500 every year. We all want the same things. We want our kids to be the best educated, the best prepared, and the best young men and women that they can possibly be when they grow up. It's that simple. It really is. And we as school board members are an incredibly important part of making that happen. It will come as no shock to anyone in this room that I am a big country music fan, and that I find some of my greatest inspiration in the lyrics of country songs. I rarely miss a good country concert. And a couple of weeks back, I was at a Brad Paisley concert in Kansas City, anxious to hear my favorite singer get out there on stage and sing his songs. But the lead-in act was another very popular singer named Darius Rucker. Now, some of y'all will remember him from his days with Hootie and the Blowfish. Now, to be honest, that wasn't my kind of music back then, but some of you may have liked that. But Darius went country a few years back, and since he has, I really like some of his songs. As he sang one particular song the other evening, I couldn't help but think what an awesome message it spoke to my heart as I prepared for this weekend. And if you'll indulge me, I'd like to just share some lyrics from that song. And I'm not going to sing it. No problem there. Inside, can you feel the butterflies? Floating all around, 'cause I sure feel them right now. Maybe today is the start of a beautiful ride that will never end. I've got a feeling this could be one of those memories we want to hold on to cling to, one we can't forget. The door to forever. What if this were that moment, that chance worth taking, history in the making. Folks, that's why we're all here. That's why we do what we do. That's why we all ran for our local school boards. That's why we care so much about kids. That's why we understand the value of public education. What we're doing is history in the making. And we must take pride in our part in the process. Each child we impact, each life we touch is history in the making. Each time a child smiles in one of our classrooms, each time the bulb lights up in a child's mind, each time a child makes a choice, each time a child grows, changes, and learns from their mistakes, we are a part of that process. And we must safeguard and protect the system, the process, and the children. That's what we're expected to do as the guardians of public education in Missouri. Now, at one point in my life, I was going to be a Baptist preacher, so if that sounds too much like a sermon, I don't mean for it to. But I think that for many of us in this room, a big part of our mission in this world revolves around our passion for kids and our belief in public education. And none of us should ever be sorry for the depth of our passion or apologize for our strong beliefs. Now, having said that, we must share our passion. We must get our message across. And we must use our influence on those who exert control over our schools. We have an awesome opportunity right now to shape the next 8 years as so many new faces are running for the state legislature. One of my goals is to help you and every school board member across the state to build personal relationships with your local state representative and your local state senator. Because the more we interact with these individuals, the more understanding, empathetic, and public education friendly they will be. We must win them over not with money, but with our passion, and by sharing our successes in public education. It will make the difference. Over the next few weeks, I will also be asking for your input on how MSBA can best and better meet your needs and the needs of your district. I want to stratify your responses and your results by size of district and type of district, etc., to ensure that MSBA isn't applying a one-size-fits-all approach. My goal is to establish a multi-year service improvement plan with specific goals to be accomplished over the next few years based on your vision for MSBA, which can be used as a framework for future MSBA leaders. It's been said today already, but some of the greatest obstacles we have all faced in the past year have dealt with finances and getting our message across to the people who hold the purse strings. Next year, as Carter said, the obstacles will be even greater. Let's work together to share our message, to share our passion, and to keep our focus on what we do best in public education, which is consistent with my theme for the coming year: history in the making, one Missouri child at a time. Thank you.